Good morning, good folks, and welcome to a special edition of Who's to Blame, the podcast, episode 541. I'm your host, Dre Montez, and happy new year to you. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone is doing fine and well in this early part of the new year of 2024. If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. There's several ways you can follow Who's to Blame the podcast. You can listen to any episode you want where you listen to your favorite podcast at. If you visit our website at www.dremontez.com, there is a link on there to take you right to our podcasting platforms as well. And we also have another show called Who's to Blame. I'm sorry, Montez at Midday, which will be doing at 12 noon, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. But it is the new year, and I heard New Year's resolutions are already out the way and out the window. But most importantly, let's get some high fives going. Check. Let's hug this thing out. I think we got to get in there with the real thing moving forward. Let's get in there with the real thing. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary in relationships, a job, a living situation, a financial situation, congratulations, you deserve it. If you are starting your vacation today and you're leaving here for a good while to clear your head, to get that mind and body right to move forward, we're proud of you. You can do it. Definitely for sure. Proud of each and every one of you. Let's get through our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. Ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. I think those right there throughout different forms of the day can be very, very, very helpful. Well, we're here. We're in 2024 and reflecting on some of the things that happened. I think we're a much better place if we move forward and worry about the things that we can control. When we get to the point of trying to control things that we can't, it really puts us in a foul state. What's up, Wally? Thanks for tuning in. And happy New Year to you. It really puts us in a difficult situation and spot sometimes when we try to control things that we have no control of. I mention that all the time as fans and watching sports. When we were kids watching sports, we just wanted to see our favorite uniform, our favorite player, and our team win. That's all we knew. We wanted the jersey, and we wanted the hat. The little kit they used to buy back in the day that came in a box. You got the little generic plastic hat, and you got a jersey. That's all you got in that bag. And a mouth guard, I do believe. And that was fun. We felt like we were a part of the team when we did that. As we got older, we found out there are different levels to being a sports fan, whether watching, playing, coaching, or owning. We see different levels of this. And I think where we're at right now, we're in head scratching things because common sense is not being used. And I put that up there with the acts of Hollywood. What Hollywood showed us last year, it's unbelievable what has transpired in Hollywood to me as a big fan of television and movie, anything that has to do with the theater, the Actors Guild. I'm into it. From the shows to the movies, watching the premieres, the red carpet, I was all vested in. But about 4 years ago, we saw a transition in Hollywood. And now today in 2024, we know for sure. But how about we give this a try? Just like we did with sports as a kid. I think we ought to get back to enjoying the movie, the TV show. Let's not worry about the backstory of the actors. They beefing. Who didn't get paid? Who got divorced? Who cheated on this? Who stole a kid? Who don't want me to make no money? I want to just watch the movie. Hearing about what happened on the movie, what's that? Pretty in Pink, here in 2023, it made no sense to me why I had to hear about what Jon Cryer went through in the movie Pretty in Pink because he was an introvert. Nobody wanted to hang out with him or talk with him. Why is that bothering you today? Why is that even a story today about the movie Pretty in Pink? That's not even relevant today. I still don't know why they did that interview. Didn't make any sense to me. And I think that's where we're at. I think we're judging the expectations of people we think we know, think they know us, and appreciate the support we've given their shows, their ideas, their crafts, whatever it may be. We've supported somebody in Hollywood that has no idea who we are. We break our neck to buy the tickets first. We get any paraphernalia they may have, any swag they have, we buy it to be first in line because we want them to see we like you, we dig you, we're into this show, we're into this movement. But where does that put us in a sense with them? Where does that put us in a sense with them? And I think everybody's been speaking about a lot of the comedians since the Will Smith slap. We have been hearing more and more about comedians' beef from the fucking 80s and 90s. Why? Why? If you need to get it off your chest, get it off your chest. Don't hold nothing in for 10, 15 years. That's still going to hurt. You can't say, oh, I'm over it, and you want to talk about it with that much pain. No learning curve to it at all. How's that fair to the movement of the individual fans of you? How does that even make sense to me? If you're hurting at that moment or you have a disagreement, take charge right there. Pull the individual aside or the team and have at it. The beef on the set at The Color Purple. All these people in Hollywood, it's rich people fighting over rich people shit, and us poor minions down here are getting more invested in their feelings than we are in our own personal lives and struggle, our own family, our own community. We give more about what Cat Williams said than what the hell going on here since New Year's Eve in St. Louis. The crimes that happen here since December 30th? Are you fucking shitting me? What? Why aren't you getting pissed off about that? Pissed off about these fictitious ass people. I'm starting to think they all are AI components. Who's to blame for that? And then you also have sportscasters. Whether you have a podcast, or you're on a streaming service, or you're on a major network, or whatever, maybe you're a former player, you didn't play, you just know the analytics. None of them are getting along today. No, you're not playing the game. You're giving predictions about the game, or you talking about what happened in the game, or you interviewing people who were involved in the game. That's how it used to be. What happened? Now all these players, especially the men, they get in their feelings so fast. The women can make their point, stand tall, but the men just, man, who's to blame for that? I miss the good old days of turn on the television and hear people talk about the world of sports with some clarity, with some compassion, and with some convictions at the same time, in talking about the sport, the particular matter that they saw in the game. You can't get that now. It's a comedic show. They all have something to offer. There's no perfect show out there. Trust me. It's like saying there's a perfect man and woman. Bullshit. All them people not with us no more. But just moving forward is the premise of this podcast episode. If we can move forward past the Hollywood bullshit and just enjoy the movie for what it is, I don't care what happened behind the scenes in that movie. That has nothing to do with me. If you didn't negotiate that contract better, that's on you. We all know somebody who is getting paid undervalued in IRL, in real life. Nobody on TV. We know somebody in our own personal circle working their ass off, but not getting paid. Where's our fight for their money? Where's our fight for their money? And the streaming wars, they're about to get worse. They're about to get worse. I think what Major League Baseball is about to do, they're about to take it too far. I think they're going to package games, a 3-game series or a weekend series, or maybe a 6-game series in a streaming event special. That's going to be what? More money. I know what they're saying. Well, it's only $2.99 to $5.99. The shit adds up. And that the first time you took an accounting class and they told you about the value of money, you said, well, saving $5 a week, that's not money. But the shit adds up if you do it right. And that's where I'm at with this streaming service right there for sure. Who's to blame? If you're just tuning in, thank you so much. We're doing basically a moving forward in the world, in the real world, in your world, in the fictitious people in the box, the people on the big screen. I think we all need to move forward. And this one here is going to hurt me, but who's to blame? Is it just me? Or the St. Louis Cardinals are concentrating on concerts more than the Cardinal team? Talk to me. Who's to blame for that? Is it just me? Or does it seem like the Cardinals are more concerned about getting concerts at Busch Stadium than putting a quality product on that baseball diamond to get us in the postseason? Who's to blame for that? Just look at the concerts the Cardinals have booked at Busch Stadium since the last time we made the playoffs. And what players we put on the table. So what's going on? Now, I know DeWitt's wife was at one time in the record business. She owned that record company that Genuine was a part of at one time. I don't know if that's still true or not. But it looks like to me the Cardinals do more breaking news on a fucking concert at Busch Stadium than signing a key player. Someone that can help us get out of a fifth inning. Someone that can help us win a game 2-1. Give me some help with the Cardinals. I don't give a damn who coming to the concert at Busch Stadium no more. That day's over. Stream the damn concert. How about that? How about all entertainers do their concert from their own home and we just charge us like we buying the album? That'd be much better for us. And it seems as though we have finally figured out that the only three-letter sports league that cares about the fans is the newly found former XFL, UFL, United Football League. Caw-caw! The call is the law. The reason I say that, look at the NBA. Do they care about the fans? Look at the NFL. Do they care about the fans? We just saw an owner throw a drink on a fan at a stadium that his team didn't even play at. $500,000 fine for throwing a drink on somebody. Who's to blame? NHL doesn't care about the fans. If they did, the Chicago Blackhawks should give back that Stanley Cup from a few years ago. That was egregious. That behavior from that team, that's not a fan sport. That's not a fan sport. Not at all. In the NFL, we know they don't care about the fans. They have 10 new quarterbacks playing this weekend. Isn't this a Super Bowl for fantasy football? Okay. Is the NFL trying to ruin the game by allowing that to happen? The Jets were allowed to release Dalvin Cook. He could possibly sign today by 4 p.m. Central Standard Time with the Baltimore Ravens and a chance of playing the postseason. There's so many things that are happening in football that nobody's paying attention to. In the past 2 weeks, the NFL referees have been on full blast more than anything. And I'm with A.J. Brown. I'm with him. The coaches are not on the field, in the field of play. They give you the play. You go out there and execute the play. If the player's not executed, it could be a billion execution by a split second. But to us at home, we're like, oh, that's a horrible call, you son of a bitch. But if this guy would have moved that way and that guy was supposed to stop and go that way, but now the quarterback got to hold the ball too long, so now we're going to take a sack. But when watching the game in a moment, we're pointing fingers at everybody. That's why I like watching the replays of the games to get a better understanding of what the fuck just happened in that game. No matter what happens in Denver this year, in the offseason, no matter what happened, John Elway is not with the team anymore. I refuse to wear a jersey of a player that doesn't play for my team anymore. But I'm not going anywhere, Denver. The Russell Wilson, Sean Payton experiment was a complete fucking failure. Egos get in the way. Everybody wants to have the biggest pecker in football and basketball. That's what they get into it about all the time. Every man gets into a fight like that. And it turns into who got the biggest pecker. And that's what's going on. That's what happened in Denver between Russ and Sean, but nobody wants to admit it. Don't let me get in that press room and ask a question. Yes, sir. So did y'all really get into a fight? Who got the biggest dick? Who's to blame? Again, if you're just tuning in, this is episode 541, Moving Forward. And I think that's what we all can do. Move forward in a more positive direction. Believe in yourself. Put the people around you that's going to make you feel good about yourself and your decisions. I'm not asking you to beg people. And if you rebuilding, it's okay to re-energize yourself, reinvent yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Switch it up a little bit. Take a breather. We all have to learn to do things that are for our benefit. Because who's looking out for you? If you're looking out for your family, who's looking out for you? If you live alone, who's looking out for you? If you're an older couple in your 50s and 60s, who's looking out for you two on a regular basis? If you have a dangerous job, who's checking on you to make sure you made it from work okay? You work with explosives and shit. You work with heavy equipment. You work with clumsy people. There's always accidents. Who's concerned about your well-being? That's what we need to be at. Be concerned about people again. We talked about Hollywood. What a shit show. Streaming services. I think it's about to get worse. The St. Louis Cardinals, to me, are more concerned about concerts than the baseball team. If you don't believe me, watch all the red on the bottom of the screen at 11 o'clock today. You'll see breaking news, concert announcement at Busch Stadium. Man, give me a damn team that's going to win. United Football League, the UFL, is the only people that care about the fans. Thank you. Claw is back. And in NBA news, I didn't want to celebrate this in the beginning. But when the play-in tournament was announced, the play-in courts were revealed, the play-in schedule was revealed, we all did the same thing. What the hell? What is this? We were confused on what to cheer for, what to watch, how does this work out? But in the end, as a Laker fan, I don't agree with hanging a banner for that. Something in a trophy case, but not holding a banner. I'm with Kobe on that. We hang championship banners around here. I miss Kobe. But the Lakers are under 500 since winning the tournament. OLD is kicking in, and male ego is kicking in. All these teams that go through these slumps in losses, the male ego gets challenged. You don't want to put the refresher guy in because you're worried about your points. You're worried about your stats. The coach is afraid to challenge the alter male ego on the team, the alpha male. He's afraid of the best player on the team and the popular player on the team. They can't discipline him. The NBA let the players run the league. It's not for the fans, damn sure ain't for the coaches. The players run the NBA, hands down. Look at what they've done with these colors, these alternate uniforms. Just look at what they've done. But moving forward, I'm going to take everything for what it is and what it's worth. The OI test. I may be legally blind, but I'm going to take it for what it's worth with the volume and what I can see on the 70-inch. But from there, I'm looking forward to what 2024 has to do for every one of us. But when it comes to the podcast, Who's to Blame, and the show Montez at Midday, foreseeing the future for me is going to be a lot of fun the next few months. More exciting, more traveling, more people, and the complete understanding of being where you're at. Is this where you want to be? Do you have the job that you want? Or are you still trying to get the job you want? Or is it for the job you need at the moment? Because we know what happened when we make jumps too early. Bad things happen. But just like they always say, when you wish for rain, don't forget about the mud. Don't forget about the mud at all. All right, going back. Okay. On the curbs, on the outside of the damn stadium. Everyone wants to be like the soap opera stars. Yep, gossip. Yeah, man, that's why I can't take it no more, Wally. I feel you. The soccer team I think the soccer team did it for the city of St. Louis to get on the board and to get in that special group where they came here, I believe, in October. Because what the Cardinals did in visitors, what we did for as conventions here, and what the soccer team success was, you had these big people that run major cities wanted to come to St. Louis and see what makes us so special, why people want to come here and visit. And that soccer team was a key component. I do agree. But if MLS really cared about the fan, why would they have a game at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday? I mean, who's supposed to go to that shit, Wally? The scheduling in sports sometimes confuses the hell out of me. Who's doing this? The kid down the street, Ted, 12 years old? But I think looking on the outside, what I've seen so far about the formation of the new league, the UFL, everything everybody's been saying, the new cities that involved, from the players, coaches, and fans, the media outlets, they really excited. They really put this in the fans' hand. And what the St. Louis Battlehawks fans did, hey, you guys were a key component, as The Rock said, key component. Couldn't have the UFL without St. Louis. That was deep when that man said that. That was deep as hell when he said that. Okay, kids, boys and girls, and children of all ages, tune into today's podcast episode of Who's to Blame, episode 541, Moving Forward. Until next time, I'll holler at you later. Peace. My people still on the video. How we doing? All right. We have another show coming up at 12 o'clock on Montez at midday. Be sure to tune in for that as we get down to the nitty-gritty and getting prepared for the big game. Would love to know some new ideas that people have for sure. But in the words of my great-grandpappy, 2 wrongs don't make a right, they make a left turn. And you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you again for tuning in to Who's to Blame, the podcast. It has definitely been a pleasure, and we'll see you again soon. Peace. Out of here.